Hello, this is Political Common Sense for America. I'm Brian Boeheim, the political engineer. And in this particular video, I want to talk to you about the relationship between fresh water and jobs. Let's talk about fresh water for a moment. Fresh water, drinking water, is probably the most important thing next to air to breathe that we can have as human beings. Yet, we do not focus enough energy and intent on making sure that the water that's coming through our tap is of the best quality that we can possibly have. Think about it for a second. There's been research done, and I don't want to jump off on an environmental issue here, but the amount of places that have found jet fuel, traces of jet fuel in their water is growing and growing. The amount of pharmaceuticals that are found in our fresh drinking water coming out of the tap is growing and growing. And even when we're trying to do the right thing, for example with fluoride, we added fluoride back in the 80s to combat tooth decay. The reality though is that now the science proves that topical application of fluoride is really the only way of impacting tooth decay and reducing it, that the ingestion of fluoride has little or no effect on tooth decay. Yet there is some suspect issues around whether fluoride ingested to any great degree could have some other negative impacts on the skeleton. So, given that, why are we not spending time and energy making sure that the quality of our water is better? On top of that, if we look at the infrastructure, the water treatment plants and the pipes that get it to our house, we find that that infrastructure is so old, so beaten, and so degenerated that we are losing between 20 and 50% of the water that's pumped from the treatment plants to our homes. Think about that. In urban areas, in the older urban areas, 20 to 50% of the water is lost through leaks and cracks. Yet we're being told as consumers, make sure we use low-flow toilets, make sure we don't stand in the shower for 20 minutes, make sure that we fix all our drips and leaks. I'm sorry, am I crazy? But the fact that the system itself is losing 20 to 50% of the water, and yet they're talking to us about consumption? Why not, instead of having all that rhetoric, why don't we put stimulus dollars in the direction of our water infrastructure and the quality of our water? It will put hundreds of thousands of people back to work long term. Not temporary jobs. I'm talking about jobs that will last a generation. 10, 20, 30-year jobs in rebuilding the infrastructure of our water system, providing you and I with fresher, higher quality water with less waste.